You lock eyes with someone, your chest tightens, time feels different, and within seconds your brain has already made a decision you think took minutes. But what actually just happened inside you? Today we are breaking down the first 60 seconds of attraction through everyday human science. If you have ever felt instantly drawn to someone and wondered whether it was fate, chemistry, or just imagination, this is for you. If you replay first meetings in your head, if you felt something before you could explain it, you are not dramatic, you are human. This is not about manipulating attraction or turning neuroscience into a dating trick. It is about understanding your own mind so you can move through connection with clarity rather than confusion. In the next few minutes, you will understand what your brain scans first, which chemicals fire almost instantly, why some faces feel familiar, and why intense attraction can feel so certain even when you barely know the person. Think about the last time you felt an instant spark. Before they spoke, before you knew their values, before logic had a say. What did you actually respond to? Before you even label it as attraction, your brain has already moved into assessment mode. You walk into a room, you notice someone. Your body reacts before your thoughts catch up. In those first seconds, your brain is not thinking about romance. It is asking one ancient question. Am I safe here? Deep inside your brain, the amygdala begins scanning their face. Not for beauty, for threat, for warmth, for tension around the eyes, for softness in the mouth. It reads micro-expressions faster than you could ever consciously describe them. If their expression is open, relaxed, emotionally regulated, your nervous system settles just a little. Your shoulders drop without you realizing. Your breathing becomes smoother. At the same time, your prefrontal cortex begins predicting. What would it be like to talk to this person? Would they respond kindly? Would they reject me? Would this feel energizing or draining? It is running silent simulations, futures in miniature. Your visual cortex processes symmetry, posture, eye contact, movement. Symmetry can signal health. Upright posture can signal confidence. Steady eye contact can signal presence. These cues are not moral judgments. They are rapid pattern recognitions shaped by evolution and personal history. And here is the part that feels almost magical. Research shows that we form impressions of trustworthiness and attractiveness in a fraction of a second, sometimes in under 1 second. That means your brain has already formed a working theory of who this person is before they say hello. Not because you are shallow, but because the human brain evolved to make fast social judgments in order to survive. Thousands of years ago, hesitation could cost safety. Today, it shapes dating experiences. The system is old, the setting is new. Now add reward into the equation. If your brain detects both safety and potential reward, something shifts. Safety says, I can relax. Reward says, this feels good. When those two combine, your nervous system leans in. You might notice your attention narrowing. The room fades slightly. Their voice sounds clearer. Their smile feels amplified. That is your dopamine system beginning to activate in response to perceived social reward. But this is not only biology, it is personal. If you grew up around calm voices, you may feel instantly drawn to someone who speaks gently. If chaos felt normal in your early life, intensity might feel strangely magnetic. Your brain confuses familiarity with safety sometimes. So in that first 60 seconds, what you call chemistry is actually a layered process. Ancient survival wiring, personal emotional history, rapid prediction, and the possibility of pleasure, all compressed into a glance. That is why love at first sight can feel undeniable, because your body has already voted before your mind even joins the conversation. The moment your brain detects potential reward, chemistry begins to move. Within seconds, dopamine starts to rise, not in a dramatic explosion, more like a subtle ignition, a signal that says, pay attention, this matters. Dopamine is often called the pleasure chemical, but that is only part of the story. It is more accurately the motivation signal. It pulls you forward. It creates wanting. It sharpens interest. That is why when you feel that instant spark, something shifts in your focus. The room that was full of noise and movement becomes background. Your attention narrows. Their face feels clearer. Their voice stands out. You are not choosing to fixate. Your brain is prioritizing. Anticipation builds quietly. You might think, I hope they speak to me, or I wonder what they are like. That subtle pull toward possibility is dopamine shaping your perception. At the same time, adrenaline may rise just enough to create alertness, not panic, just activation. Your heart rate changes slightly. Your breathing becomes a little shallower. Your palms may warm. There is a faint electricity in your chest. This is your sympathetic nervous system leaning forward. It is preparing you for engagement, for risk, for connection. And here is where the experience becomes deeply human. That mix of dopamine and adrenaline creates intensity. Intensity feels meaningful. It feels important. It feels like destiny because your body is awake in a way it was not a moment before. But intensity is not the same as compatibility. This chemical cocktail does not mean you have found your soulmate. It means your brain has detected potential reward, potential pleasure, potential validation, potential novelty. Novelty plays a powerful role here. The brain loves what is new and unpredictable. A new face, a new smile, a new possibility can activate reward circuits simply because it breaks routine. There is also uncertainty. When you do not know whether someone likes you back, dopamine can spike even higher. The unknown keeps the system engaged. That is why early attraction can feel almost addictive. You replay their smile. You check your phone more often. You imagine future conversations. This is not weakness. It is neurobiology responding to possibility. But here is the grounding truth. Dopamine motivates pursuit. It does not guarantee depth. The surge is an invitation, not a conclusion. Your brain is saying this could be rewarding. It is not saying this is forever. This is where the experience moves from chemistry into memory. Because your brain is not meeting this person for the first time. It is meeting them through the lens of everyone who came before. Across your life, your mind has been building emotional templates, quiet blueprints of what connection feels like. Early caregivers, the tone of their voice, how they comforted you, or how they did not. Previous partners, the way they looked at you when they were proud, or the silence they used when they were pulling away. Friends who made you feel safe, people who misunderstood you, moments you felt deeply seen, moments you felt invisible. All of that is stored, not as a story, but as emotional data, patterns, associations, nervous system memories. So when you meet someone new, your brain does something extraordinary. In milliseconds, it runs a comparison. Their smile resembles someone who once made you feel secure. Their voice carries a tone that feels familiar. Their emotional intensity mirrors something from your past. You do not consciously think, they remind me of my childhood. You simply feel something. If they match a positive template, attraction can feel immediate and magnetic. You feel at ease without knowing why. Conversation flows. Your body feels open rather than guarded. It feels like you have known them before. That feeling of, I just get them, is often your brain recognizing a pattern it already understands. Familiarity reduces uncertainty, and the brain loves what it can predict. But here is the complicated part. If they match an unresolved wound, attraction can feel even stronger. If chaos once felt like love, calm might feel boring. If inconsistency once felt normal, unpredictability can feel exciting. If you had to work hard for affection before, emotional distance may feel strangely compelling. This is where intensity becomes confusing. You feel pulled toward them, but also slightly anxious. Drawn in, yet unsettled. Excited, yet unsure. Your nervous system may not be choosing what is healthy. It may be choosing what is familiar. And familiarity feels powerful. It feels like recognition. Sometimes what we call love at first sight is not destiny written in the stars. It is recognition written in the nervous system, recognition of comfort, or recognition of unfinished stories. That does not mean the feeling is false. It means it is layered. When you understand this, attraction becomes less mysterious and more compassionate. Instead of asking, "Why am I so drawn to them?" you can ask, "What does this feeling remind me of?" And in that question, you begin to separate fate from pattern. The next time you feel an instant spark, pause. Ask yourself, do I feel calm and curious or anxious and urgent? Do I feel expanded or activated? This small awareness can separate healthy chemistry from old patterns replaying themselves. There is nothing foolish about feeling something quickly. Your brain is designed for connection, but depth is not built in 60 seconds. Attraction is a signal. Compatibility is a process. Soft value-aligned call to action. If you enjoy understanding your emotions through science without losing the humanity behind them, subscribe to Everyday Human Science. We explore the psychology behind everyday experiences so you can move through life with more clarity and self-trust. Love at first sight may feel magical, and in a way it is, because in 1 minute your brain combines biology, memory, survival, hope, and imagination into a single glance. The question is not whether the spark is real. The question is what you choose to build after the spark.